If you are like the thousands of people who plan on getting on a plane for the holidays, pay attention, please. Don't say we didn't warn you.
From timing your flights correctly to choosing the best connection hubs to buying that travel insurance or not. That is always the question.
I know,
right?
I know.
Bobby Laurie is here to give us the holiday travel playbook. Welcome to New York Living.
Thank you for having me.
The expert in the flesh.
Yes,
We were just
live
saying
and in person.
He was a former traffic anchor himself.
I was.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was on the radio and in DC, yes.
We come from the same world.
Yes, we do.
And my first job here, roughly 10,000
Yes.
years ago, I was the traffic anchor, but I was in the helicopter.
She was up in
nice.
Air
Yeah,
11.
No, it was not nice. It was awful. It was the pits. It was terrible, but here we are. Okay, so when it comes to travel, is there really a way to avoid the chaos?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's just so unpredictable. But if you do enough planning, you can lessen the blow when you encounter those situations as they pop up.
Okay. Planning.
Yeah.
It's all in the
It's all in the
planning.
planning.
Yes. So you say first up that your flights have to be timed smartly.
Yes, they do. Like, you really want to try to fly earlier in the day. But I'm not saying like 5 a.m. because
Okay.
that's not travel. That's a personality test. When you get to the airport. I mean, because like that's tough. But you do want to try to travel between like 7 and 9 a.m.
Okay.
Because those are when those first flights or for those airplanes take off, and the airlines really want to get those off on time because then if it doesn't, it's going to cause a domino effect for the rest of the day. So if you're on those planes, they're really going to try to push those out.
Oh, okay. All right. We have some.
You look stunned. You're like,
No, I'm just thinking about the last time I missed a flight and it was my fault, but I still got into the person's face and my poor son was like,
no!
he called me Marisol. He was like, Marisol, do we have to do this right now? And I'm like, oh, shout out my government. Okay, it was totally my fault. And I was like, I can't believe you have the nerve to have this flight leave on time. How dare you?
It'd be really funny if you were late because of traffic afterwards.
Right, exactly. All right, we do have some bad news for our viewers. You say that New York City is the delay hotspot. Oh, good.
It is the delay hotspot. Now, you know, if you're trying to fly out of LaGuardia, especially later in the day, you're still going to get delays because of construction. Over at JFK, after 4 p.m., that's when all the international flights start departing, so the lines get longer for takeoff. And then over at Newark, they're really prone to those ground delay programs, and they usually happen after 4 p.m. as well, and that's where you're going to see delays into the airport and departure delays leaving the airport.
Oh, I love New York City travel.
I mean, I'm giggling because the alternative is to weep. Oh my God.
Drive, take the train.
Okay, so what do we do? How do we handle it? How do we, kind of account for those delays?
So when it comes to, if you can't get on a nonstop flight, try to book your connections in airports that are not going to have delays or they're not prone to it. That's going to be Charlotte, Phoenix, Salt Lake City, or on the West Coast, the further west you go. If you go South Atlanta, everyone thinks Atlanta really has good weather, but in the winter, they are de-icing a lot, and that's going to cause a lot of delays. So try to plan your connections accordingly, but then also when it comes to timing your connections, especially during the winter, 45 minutes is not a good layover time. That's a fantasy. You really need to plan for like 90 minutes to maybe 2.5 hours.
Right.
Because if you have to delay, you have to account for the delay getting out of the airports, especially if you're coming out of New York.
And you have to account for your gate may be the last gate in that terminal, and you've got to sprint again.
You really
I'm
do.
speaking from experience. Can we see that graphic again? Was there a triangle of doom?
Yes, the triangle of doom. So that would be Chicago. That would be Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver. Those are where you're going to see a lot of the winter delays, especially. Chicago, so many times, I can't tell you how many times I've run through that airport trying to make a connection, where it's not your fault, it's all just the weather. But in a weather situation, the airline's not at fault, it's out of their hands. So you have to figure out how you're going to get from point A to point B at that point. One of my best tips would be book a refundable ticket on a backup flight. Think of it as like your emotional support flight.
Yeah.
So this way, if you don't get on the flight you want, you still have this backup, book it on a different airline.
Yeah.
If you get on your preferred one, cancel the refundable one, get your money back, but at least you had your own backup plan.
Yes, that is smart. That is smart. And this is always something. I'm like, do I do it? Do I not?
Yeah, you
do
had your
it?
bets.
Travel insurance. You know.
Okay, so in that weather situation, travel insurance does cover you. They do cover you for weather delays and cancellations.
Okay.
So when the airline leaves you stranded somewhere, you can still get a hotel room, you can still buy something to eat, and the travel insurance will reimburse you for all of it. But where they don't reimburse you is when the airline is in control. So if you are delayed or canceled due to a mechanical delay or something like that, the airline has to take care of you. Anything else that they don't cover, the travel insurance will.
Okay, so yes on travel
Yes,
insurance.
travel insurance.
All
They
right,
do
okay,
offer annual plans that are cheaper, usually like around $500 to $700 for the year. That's worth it. And some of them have an app that actually monitors your flights for you.
Oh.
And if you're delayed or canceled, they just direct deposit the money
Look at
right into your
you.
account.
Look at them, not
Yeah.
you, but look at
Yeah.
you for telling us about this. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, anytime.
I am smarter right now.
Yes.
For more
You're
travel
not going
tips.
to yell at anyone
That's the goal.
anymore.
I probably will. Make sure to follow Bobby on Instagram at Bobby Laurie.